In fact, we're not misleading the public. We're actually telling the public the truth.
The Vancouver Police Department facing criticism on its draft social impact report, which puts a huge dollar figure on the city's social services. VPD Chief Adam Palmer on Wednesday calling for more oversight on services in the downtown east side and explaining why police put out the report.
Well, why are you looking at mental health? And why are you looking at the opioid crisis? And why are you looking at the downtown east side and the lack of coordination in all the systems? The reason is because we've got the best view of it of anybody. And we talk to people on the street every single day.
The numbers in the draft report were collected by Alberta-based tech company HelpSeeker from Vancouver Coastal Health financial statements, police, city, provincial budgets, CRA, StatsCan data, and more. It suggests the city spends $5 billion on Vancouver's social services every year, with $1.1 million per day invested in charitable organizations in the downtown east side. Sarah Blythe with the Overdose Prevention Society in the downtown east side says that figure is misleading.
The fact that they just put this number out to the public in this way is really concerning. They're going to say to themselves, well, that's a terrible amount of money. And you know, they may not hear about all of the inaccuracies.
I think it's unfortunate that they're extrapolating that into a very large number and then using it to, you know, a backdrop of stock photos of the downtown east side.
The report cost the VPD $149,000, and the city was not given an opportunity to give input on it. Mayor Ken Sims says he's not convinced it was worth it.
The report that I've seen has more questions than answers, and I didn't find it super useful. It does talk about transparency, collaboration, and accountability. Whether or not we needed to spend all that money to come up with that message, no, I don't think so.
In a statement responding to our request for comment, Public Safety Minister Mike Farnworth says in part, services are strengthened and coordinated by having informed discussions with community partners on the ground, not by spreading sensationalized and misleading numbers. Our government has been working to rebuild supports for people who live in the downtown east side after years of neglect and devastating cuts to social supports. HelpSeeker did a similar report on the so-called social safety net in Edmonton in 2021, which also drew backlash at the time. But on Wednesday, they defended their work.
We unfortunately could not get data on all the nonprofit entities. And so if you heard me talk about charities, it's a special registration with the federal government, and we relied on CRA data to get a lot of those numbers. But that data set does not include all nonprofits. So there's lots probably missed.
When asked if the numbers presented were accurate, the police chief said,
well, I don't think the data is so imprecise as you're trying to position it. I think there's actually a lot of accuracy in the data. And this is the first kick at the can to try and put some sort of financial numbers to it. They're not perfect. Nobody's saying that. But it's a good basis, and it's based on good methodology from a leading research company in Canada.
What was the thought process going into this? It really is unfortunate because I think it does actually erode some of the public trust and confidence. It certainly has for me.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.